Good afternoon, everybody. We're about to hit 400,000 subscribers.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to vidIQ, the YouTube tool that aims to educate you on your YouTube journey. And today is going to celebrate hopefully something magnificent in maybe a couple of hours time. My name is Rob, and what we usually do on our live streams every week is audit your channels. But today we're going to do something a little different because, like all of you, we want to celebrate our success. And we are about, as you can see, 250 subscribers short of that goal. I'm just going to refresh that now and see what comes up on our live stream counter, or as a close approximation as possible to the live stream counter. And you're going to be seeing lots of awesome things happening as well. As you can see, there's some subscriber counts going, and brilliant, we've just lost a subscriber. So yeah, it's going to take a long time to reach 400,000 subscribers. That laugh you heard in the background, by the way, is our guest with the absolute best. It is Travis McPherson. Welcome to the house once again. Hello to you, sir. Say hello to the awesome vidIQ community.
What's going on, everybody? I'm super excited to be here. We're going to try to get it across the finish line. We need your help in doing that, but we want to have a lot of fun while we're here. Just talking about all things YouTube, all things you, and all things growing on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to try and have a bit of fun today. So maybe sound effects like when somebody subscribes. I may even get Travis to do his special dance for all of you. And yeah, we may be doing channel audits today. We may be doing Q&A. We may be doing some random other stuff that is all about celebrating hitting 400,000 subscribers. But what we always do at the start of every single live stream is say hello to our magnificent audience. And it goes something along the lines of this. Folks, tell us where you are in the world right now, what time it is, and we will do some shout outs as we welcome our awesome moderators. It doesn't matter, Travis, whether we do a live stream day, night, morning, like in the fourth dimension of time. Our moderators are always here helping out, and that includes Visbites for you and Magdalena Helena today. And we've got some people now telling us that Silla Sakuba is in Denmark and it's 11 p.m. there. Wow, thank you for committing the time late in the day. And I asked people to say their names and where they're coming from, what time it is, and this live stream chat still goes far too fast. The best compilations is in Connecticut, 5 p.m. for you. Carissa Lee from Tulsa, Oklahoma in the USA. I guess it's around about maybe 3 o'clock for you. We've got Bill Weir in Switzerland. It's 11 p.m. for you. Annie Marini Gamer is in, was that Bosnia?
Serbia.
That's Serbia. Thank you very much for joining us at such a late time. Slapfish Jr. in Georgia. It is 5 o'clock there. Victory Power in Kuwait. It is midnight there. Wow. Sinmax in Nebraska. 4 o'clock for you. Who else have we got in a live stream today? Travis.
KSN in England. We have Android Play in Croatia. We have Calgary, Alberta from NDXGD. And who else? We got Scotland at 10. I love Scotland and Croatia.
All right there, Scotland. How you doing? Scotland. All right. Can I have a fried Mars bar, please? That's pretty much the only accent I can do other than my own. I can do a bit of Scottish. So if you want me to do any shout-outs in Scottish. In fact, I mean, this is how crazy we're going to be today. I'm going to do some shout-outs now for some users in Scottish. So, Laser Corinne, hello to you. Did you see that trick shot? Hello there to you, Civvy. Aussie person, I'm definitely not Aussie. I'm Scottish through and through. Redemption with a 3. What on earth is going on there? Why have you put a 3 when there should be an E? Cuddler Prom 23. Oh, I love saying that in a Scottish accent, so I'm going to say it again. Crudler Prawn 23. Bangladeshi Canadian mum. Wow, that's an awesome username. And that's as much Scottish as I can do for the
That was
time
good.
being. Yeah, thank you very much. Now, what I think I should do also, I think we should get Travis to do a couple, sorry, not Travis, Savage to do a couple of create channel name shout-outs. If he is there on the line, if we can get in there, if we can get Savage in to say hello to a couple of people, that would really be appreciated.
I haven't used it so long, it's all dusty.
All right, so folks, now we are bringing on Savage to say hello to a couple of people. Hello, Savage, how are you doing there?
How's it going? 400,000 people that should not be watching this channel. All right, here we go. The shout out from Laser Corray. We got Red Row. We got people from Serbia. We got MJ Plays. He's watching the live stream not helping us get subscribers. MJ Plays, you need to hurry up and get us some subscribers. We also look at Michael, the semi-truck driver. I need you to get out of your truck, get on the side of the road, and get us some subscribers, please.
But do please pull the horn.
To please pull the horn.
There
and
we
get
go.
us subscribers. If you can get us 200 subscribers in the next 20 minutes, I promise you I will give you a shout out the next time I have a chance.
Thank you very much, Savage, for your introduction. Okay, so we've got some subscribers coming in now. We're at 399,752, and a new subscriber coming in here, Kona. Oh, your name just went off the screen, so I can't say it. Oh, we've got another one here, though. We have, we're going to do some money noises here. PZ40 also subscribing. Thank you very much to all of you. Now, let me just explain what's going on here with this subscriber count here. This is a real-time subscriber count. It is our real-time stats bar, which does give you accurate subscriber counts for your channel to the digit, and it is on every single YouTube page, whether it's a search page, a watch page, on your channel page. And all I'm doing just in the background here is occasionally I am just refreshing this little subscriber count, because that's the best thing we can do without the abbreviated sub count. So we're now at 399,757. So we've already gained about 10 subscribers since we started here. So folks, if you haven't subscribed and you are bored of this live stream already, then the only way to stop this live stream is to subscribe. Thank you very much to Bagger. I'm going to do who's just subscribed here. I'm going to do one of the sound effects that you lent me here, Travis, the Metal Gear Solid alert noise. I do really love that one. That's a very tricky one there, so thank you very much. Oh, and Udderate Madness is also just subscribed. You're going to get a sad trombone noise, because I'm just going through all of the sound effects I have, so it might be negative or positive, but thank you for subscribing as well there. Yeah, so folks, this is it. This is 400,000 subscribers here at vidIQ, and I guess just before we go any further, I do need to make sure that I say thank you to every single person who has subscribed, and all of the probably the sub-bots who've subscribed. We don't do sub-bots, by the way, but you always get illegitimate subscribers no matter the size of a channel. There's always stuff that you cannot prevent from happening. I want to thank everybody, especially from Scotland, who subscribed, everybody who's been savaged on this channel but is still subscribed, everybody who has subscribed and got a channel audit from Jeremy, who will sometimes give you some harsh lessons in reality about auditing your channel. I want to thank you for Chocolate Hate Cake, who subscribed to our channel, who literally created a channel based on the fact that he hates chocolate cake, and we talk to him regularly in the Wednesday webinars. Everybody who has subscribed from the Wednesday webinars, and all of the future people who are going to subscribe. The reason we do this is to provide value and education to you. But in order to do that, we need to walk the walk. We need to do what we preach. What was the term? It's gone out of my head now.
Practice what you preach.
Practice what you preach. Thank you very much. I mean, one of the things I should mention as well is when I'm in a live stream, my capacity to get words out of my mouth diminishes by about 80%, because I have so many things going on in my head. I'm like managing all of the live streams, making sure that Travis is happy or whatever guest is happy and all the stuff's working. So sometimes I get all of my names mixed up in the phrases. But anyway, thank you everybody who perseveres with these live streams sometimes when they go wrong, or when we're just not getting things right, or the advice we give you in channel audits isn't what you wanted to hear. Yeah, when I started at vidIQ, it must have been about 3.5 years ago. So yeah, I mean, if you want to ask any questions about like the history of the channel, and Travis, by all means, if you want to ask some questions as well, and sort of get into the story of how vidIQ came about. The channel started more or less, I think, 3.5 years ago. I think I did my first video for vidIQ at the beginning of April 2016, and it was just a very simple tutorial how to do something in 60 seconds, because I wanted to do bite-sized stuff, and eventually it evolved and it gravitated into all of this weird and wonderful things that you see now. I think, from what I remember, it took about 10 months for me to get in front of camera on vidIQ. It was all behind the scenes stuff, screen recordings. And I remember the very first video I did with me in front of camera was about using a green screen, and the green screen was absolutely terrible and it looks awful. And that was actually advice on how to get a cheap green screen. The green screen's gone now. As you can see, we've got all of this wonderful stuff in the background, and those new lights are an addition there, although for some reason they're completely overexposed on this camera right now. But in the usual vidIQ videos, they look really neat and cool. I think it's called a nano leaf canvas, and you get these blocks of lights that you click together. You can do all sorts of fancy stuff with them, but now they just look white. But yeah, I think vidIQ, when I started at vidIQ and started making videos on a regular basis, I wanted to go through the creator journey as much as you. So it wasn't just about doing tutorials about how to use the vidIQ tools. It was about experimenting and testing and see what would work for our channel and what necessarily wouldn't work. I mean, we've had lots of things about PewDiePie versus T-Series, like whether people like that content or not, but it brought in millions of views and many more subscribers. And even though that story has ended now, like you look at channels such as Flare TV, like what are they going to do next? And live stream counts have gone now. But we always knew we were going to be moving on to the next step, which was, again, more tips and tricks, monetization, all of that sort of stuff. So it's been a long, hard road at vidIQ, like all of you, but if we experience it, then we can share our journey and our experience with you. And it's always fantastic to see the comments of people saying, I've watched your tips and it's helped me grow. And it could be only to like 100 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers. To me, it doesn't really matter how much you've grown, although I know it's very important for you, the creator. But what's important to us is that we've made a positive impact on your channel. And I always look at it from this point of view for video creators. You are always going to be behind the success of your channel, probably 95% of it. And what vidIQ does and other tools and people like Travis and myself, we are merely guides. We put signposts in the next of the road to help point you in a direction which may get you there a little quicker or a little more efficiently. So I never really want to take credit for anybody's success, and we never do that. If you want to do a shout out and say thank you very much for vidIQ, really helped us, that's brilliant. But other than using our tools and saying a thank you at vidIQ, that really is more than we could ever ask for. And then to especially the people here in the live stream, we get maybe 200, 150 people watching our content every single week. And sometimes when Leron does his webinar, he goes through the same stuff more or less, but people still turn up and get something from it. And then people come onto the live streams and we do channel audits. We must have audited now maybe 500 gaming channels in the last year and a half, Jeremy, Leron, Travis and myself. And sometimes we're saying the same things, but yet people still turn up to these audits and they still contribute to the chat. And yeah, I know this is a long, rambly way of saying thank you very much to every single one of you, but first of all, it keeps me in a job, so yeah, I really appreciate that. But also, thank you for just being a part of this journey. We're all sharing this journey, and as long as if we can be honest and truthful about it, as long as nobody swears, then yeah, I think that's absolutely fantastic. Travis, I've talked for way too long there, so yeah, say something, whatever you want to say, I don't care. You are muted. You are still muted there, whatever.
Yes, I did that on purpose.
There we go. There we go.
It was on purpose, on accident. So I was just thinking it might be kind of fun. And we did not plan this because
we didn't know.
Really get a chance to speak, which is too bad. We'll have to do this on the fly. Maybe doing a little bit of trivia.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
If whoever gets the answer first in our chat, maybe gets a quick audit or something fun like that, or maybe I don't know, something cool or shout out or whatever. Maybe we'll do something like that. What do people in the chat think? Does that sound fun?
Yeah, have we got to think of some trivia up on
we
the
have
spot
to
here?
Google some trivia or something. I don't know. How old is Rob? There we go.
A bit of pressure there. We're at 399,776, by the way, so I think we've had 25 subscribers since this live stream started about 15 minutes ago. So thumbs up, thank you very much for that. But yeah, people are saying that's fair. Yeah, they want some trivia. Okay, good. That all sounds lovely jubbly. Thank you very much. All right then. Right. Okay. So
as we scramble,
and now we've got to actually think of some trivia.
Do we have like vidIQ related trivia, which might be good, or do we just have?
Nothing that I could really say that's all right. I'll start with a really easy one, like so.
Okay.
The first person to get this one right.
All right, hold on. Let me set my chat to live so that I can see the first person that answers it. So go ahead.
Okay, and this is a really easy one. So this is going to get you a channel audit right now. Okay.
Okay. All right.
And by the way, I have put a link in the video description if you want to submit your channel for audit. Or submit your questions. As I say, this is going to be completely off the cuff topic, random. We may take them from the Google sheet. We may just do it as is. So, vidIQ is a remote-based company. In other words, we don't have a headquarters. We work all across the globe. Now, most of you know me, so the question to all of you is, where do I live stream from, or where do I live? Not where I was born, but where do I live stream from? So the first person to give me an answer to that, which is correct, and we're talking about the city. So the city where I live, because some people put UK and Canada, and everybody's wrong so far. Wow, Brighton, Germany, Canada. We got one.
That David Fine?
David Fine, yeah, I am correct. We are correct with that. Okay, David Fine. Right, now the next challenge is to try and get your name and put you. So this is the next challenge. So what we got to do now is find him on the chat and then grab his channel. Travis, if you get it, just ship it over on Slack.
I had him a second ago. Okay, hold on.
The chat is so fast that we got him. All right, send it over. All right, here we go. Thank you.
Okay, let me ping it over to you. Let's see.
Thank you, sir.
I will put it right in here.
So David Fine, you're going to get a channel audit even if you don't have a channel.
Yeah,
I hope you have a channel.
It's very minimal, but you know what? Who cares?
Have you sent it over? I've not got it on Slack
I
yet.
did. I put it in our Zoom chat, whatever.
Zoom chat. Oh, well, I wasn't looking at that.
Because why not?
Here we go. Right,
I got 3 monitors. I got to put on the closest one.
Yeah, right. So I've now got to press a button and I've got to hope this works. Okay, so I don't even need to screen share. Well, I should probably screen share this just so that you're seeing the same thing.
Or I can look up mine.
All right, okay. Let me press this button and see what happens. Yep. Right, okay. It works perfect. Awesome, right. So you can see Travis now. I've been playing with live stream chat, and now I have Travis, instead of just like a static picture, he's on screen now talking to us. In fact, if I could just move that.
Now I can't pick my nose anymore. That's terrible.
There we go. Okay, Travis. Stop moving around on screen. I need to get you. There we go. Right. But the problem is it's sharing the wrong browser, and I thought it would do that. Right.
Oh, why? Yeah. What is that all about?
Because that's the one showing my subscriber count.
This is what happens when you make stuff up on the fly, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Right. How on earth am I going to fix that? Let me see. This is great for live stream content. All right, let's. All right, I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have to. If I close that, okay. So does that work now? Can you see my? Well, you can see my screen, Travis. Yeah, right. Okay, so everyone can see it now. So, sorry, David, that took a while to get working, and I will bring up the subscriber counter again soon, but I've had to remove it for a second. All right, hello, David. Fine. So this is your channel, and we're going to try and audit it. This is what we do every Tuesday, by the way, if you are new to vidIQ. And the first thing we can see is that you have a stock channel banner of some mountains. And that would only explain to me is that you're some sort of ice climber or mountaineer explorer, purely based on your channel banner. But when I look at your thumbnails, there is some hiking here, but there's also a thermostat review. 2 thermostat reviews, is that?
But that I don't think that's his channel, though, because that says David Fine, that says Finer Bub, which is a featured channel on the right-hand side.
Oh, hang on. Right, let's click on his videos.
Yes.
All right, David Fine, you got an awesome channel here.
Subscribe to nothing. Let's do it. Everyone, let's get him to 10 subscribers. Let's go.
This is one of these channels where it's like no videos with 10,000 subscribers. So yeah, David, keep it up.
He has a main channel. He said the other one's his main channel.
Right. Okay, can you send that?
Just go hit home, go to the featured, and then click on the.
Oh, he's got a connected one. Is it Finer Bub? All right, here we go. We're going to find out it's got 7 million subscribers now.
126.
Here we go. 126 subscribers. And by the way, if you hear a dog barking in the background, that's Jasper. He is desperate to come on air, and he will come on air at some point, but he needs to behave himself first. Right, okay. So, travel guides, gear reviews, outdoor adventures for Finer Bub. What are we looking at here, Travis?
Looks like some outdoor stuff, which is cool.
Does,
definitely goes along with the banner, so he's on point with that. He says he has gear reviews, travel guides, and outdoor activities. I believe all 3 of those are definitely congruent with each other, so I like that. He's fairly consistent. I mean, there was a little bit of a lapse between 5 months, 2 months, and then 3 weeks ago. But I mean, he might have to wait until he goes up to do backpacking and such. But it looks good. The fingernails are awesome. No, the thumbnails look pretty good. I really like the one with the bike. I think that looks really cool. There's something kind of neat about it. I wish it was blown up a little bit more, but it looks really good. And of course, we talk about not putting a lot of text in the thumbnail. However, I think he's being very intentional about some of the text he's using, like the gear review, my day pack. I'm actually okay with that. I think it looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
What I'm not so okay with is the one up in the top right corner where it says Thermarest. There's just so much there, and you just can't read it up in the top right corner. But other than that, looks like a pretty solid channel. How long has it been going for?
Let's have a look. At least a year.
Okay. In and out every so often.
I guess my question would be, I can see some gear reviews, but I can also see some like hiking travel vloggy ones. So it's almost like two distinct topics there. What did the channel banner say? Travel guides, gear reviews, and outdoor adventures. So again, there's the idea of, we've got this broad topic, which is the idea of outdoor adventures. I think that's like your broad topic, but then you have two sub niches. But again, these two sub niches, although they are connected, there's always that question of, do I want to see gear reviews or do I want to see you go on some adventures? And if you are going on adventures and hiking, then I think it's as much about David Fine as much as the channel itself. So you may want to think about how to incorporate yourself perhaps a little more into the thumbnails. Looking at this one, like hiking Mount Moose Lake, I think in New Hampshire. Sorry, one of these is a funny thing. Whenever I see the word New Hampshire, I've got to say it like Mayor Quimby from The Simpsons. I don't know why that is. It's just something as I grew up. So New Hampshire. That's the only way I can say that. Yeah, I mean, it's a Friday afternoon, folks, as well. I'm losing it a little bit, and we're going to be live streaming for quite a while. But anyway, yeah. So I guess if you're going to be hiking somewhere, I would like to know something about it, whether it was exciting or boring, or like some sort of story that happened on there, something to tease a reason for me maybe to click in there. Like you have this rock feature here. Could that have been extrapolated a little more? Could you highlight that or tell us something a bit more? Like, I think this one is a good example of a really good thumbnail, and it's a relatively new one, but this inspirational one, and like a fantastic view in the vista, I think that has some certain excitement to it. But hiking the perpendicular trail in Arcadia National Park, it's almost like too keyword rich. It's very functional, like a file name, and maybe there needs to be a bit more description or teasing in the thumbnail, or indeed the fingernail to help me click on that. But that is David Fine, the Finer Bub, and that's our first channel audit of today. And maybe we'll do a few more in the future. There. All right. So what I need to do now, I need to stop sharing, and so you're back on screen now, and then I need to click that. And hopefully that should bring me back into the subscriber count. Or this would be fantastic if I've now lost the subscriber count permanently.
What?
Let's see.
That'd be a thing.
No, I'll press the wrong button. I need to go sort out my dog as well. So Travis is going to be in charge of the live stream for a couple of minutes here, just as I. Right, let's try that. And now I seem to have lost the sub count, so that's brilliant, wonderful. All right, we're at 782 though, which is good. Okay. It's 782. We're 218 short, right?
That's not bad.
Travis, I don't know what you're going to do for the next 2 or 3 minutes, but I want you to talk to our wonderful audience, folks. I might bring in Jasper for a little for a few moments, but I need to check out whether he needs to go for a toilet break. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
No problem. So by the by, I actually have, for those of you who follow my tech channel, you may or may not know that I have a dog as well. He's standing over here. He's about 4 inches tall. His name is Nathan. He is a Dachshund, which is a wiener dog. Some of you might know. So he's named Nathan after my favorite hot dogs. That's not a joke. That's a real thing. He's fantastic. He's about 15 now, and I love Nathan to death. He's one of the best things that ever happened to me. But one of the other best things that ever happened to me is being able to talk to y'all. So let's take a look in the chat and see what's going on. Let me pop this chat out right here. We're going to see what people are saying in the chat. Let me move you. I have 3 monitors, so I got to move you over here. Nathan's Hot Dogs in New York City. You are right. It's exactly where the hot dog eating championships every year on July 4th are held in New York City. If you did not know that, Google it. You might be amazed. I don't know if you want to watch someone eat 74 hot dogs in a couple of minutes, but if you've ever wanted to see it, there you go. All right, let's see. Okay, so we have, who else is in here? Okay, Flexmon, okay, Magma's in there. Hi, Magma. Plasma 100, good to see you. Jailbreak Lover, all right. Yep, we're trying to get to 400,000. You have 6 dogs ascend the trend. Love you. Who is my favorite YouTuber, Tombo? It right now is Flossie Carter. He is a tech reviewer. It's been around for a very long time and an acquaintance of mine. I really love him. All the people saying hi now. Oh, here we go. Magma, we have Barton Tricks. We have Sparks family saying hi. We got the best compilations. Giving the horns. This bite's for you. Veloce, hey, it's good to see you, man. Good to see you. Plasma 100, Redemption, Doing Exploring, Aya Khan, the Everything is back. The Boss, everyone, Slap a Fish. We're having a good time. And the dog has arrived. And Magdalena, my favorite mod. All right. You got the dog. Oh, I'm trying.
And quickly learn how to operate with one hand when I'm having to carry good old Jasper. Here he is.
Here's a dog.
There he is. Dog update. He did not go for either a number 1 or a number 2. He just wanted some attention. So here is the little fella, Travis.
Yes.
So we're gonna do dog talk now, right?
Yes, we literally just talked about mine, as a matter of fact.
So the problem I have with this little nipper is that whenever I take him out for a walk, he refuses to go anywhere unless I feed him, and then he moves about 5 feet. Then he doesn't move. Then he realizes that I'm taking him away from home, and he gets anxious. Then he starts fighting with the leash. Then he starts biting me in the leg. And at that point, I give up on him and put him back in his crate, and we do timeout. So how do you
let me give you all types of advice
for
this. I have tons of advice. I got Nathan when he was about 1. Thankfully, he was house trained and all that sort of thing. But dogs are really interesting. I love dogs. Dogs are interesting.
I used to love dogs.
They're great when they're someone else's, just like kids. There's a couple things you need to keep in mind for a dog. Either you will be in charge of them or they will be in charge of you.
Yep.
Always remember that. And 2, is he trying to does he bite the leash as you're, holding it and trying to kind of pull you along, or
no, the problem is we can't get him to go anywhere. He'll just sit down, start licking himself, and then he'll start biting at the leash if you try and pull him and tug him a little bit, and then he just gets frustrated with the leash, and i.e. the person holding the leash, and now he's getting a little frustrated with me carrying him. He probably doesn't want to. It's probably not healthy for him to be held for so long. But
the hardest thing about like dogs and stuff, at least when you have to change your mindset for it, is you have to be more convinced that you are going to win than them. Yeah. So if, for example, potty training is a matter of standing outside until they go potty, and that could be a long time. That
has been surprisingly easy, actually.
Oh, good.
And he does let us know, like, when he wants to go to the toilet, he'll bark, and we can take him out, and he's relatively quick. So we've had very few potty incidents per se.
That's great.
And his bladder's getting bigger, so we now can sleep a little more at night, which is good. But yeah, he's been doing okay. He during the live stream so far, he's actually been quite compliant.
Really good.
And he's so barked a couple of times. I mean, folks, if you're, like I've said before, if you're not going to subscribe because Jasper's on screen, you are dead inside. Yeah, I want you to leave the live stream right now. You do not have a heart.
Yeah, just adorable.
And like we take the dog for walks, and he said, like everybody's going, "Oh, he's so cute." And I said, "Yeah, I used to think that like before I started taking him for a walk." And now the funny thing is, so my girlfriend has just sent me a message saying I can't see Jasper because we've got a webcam in the crate now, so that we can keep an eye on him. So I'm going to take him back, and then put him back. So yeah, folks, I'm losing him.
Like, put me down.
He may come back.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. I hope everyone in the chat, if you're in the chat and you have a dog, let us know what breed in the chat. If you have a cat, go ahead and let us know that as well. We like cats and dogs.
Goodbye, Jasper.
In the chat, say goodbye, Jasper. Tell us in the chat what kind of dog you got. We're just having fun. We're just having fun today. We're just gonna have some fun. We're gonna get to 400. Pekingese, all right, awesome. Fox Terrier, beautiful. You have a turtle, that's amazing. A cat, 2 dogs, no dog. A Cavalier, is that what that's called? A pug, all right. Shih Tzus are awesome. Border Collie, Chihuahua, awesome. We're gonna hope the live stream till we get to 4K. We'll see. 2 Shih Tzus, nice. Don't have any pets. There's some cats, Golden Retriever, Golden Shepherd. See, lots of dogs. Mini Pin, a Min Pin. Nathan looks like a Min Pin. Black Lab. Oh, it's amazing. Cavalier King Charles. Oh, very royal. Very royal. See, a Golden Shepherd, Pastor Gillick. I've never heard that before. German Shepherd. We have a lot of different dogs. A lot of different dog types. Too funny. A guinea pig. I used to have a guinea pig. Let me show you Nathan as he's walking around. Come here, Nathan. You want to say hi? Come here. here, say hi.
Oh, we've been introduced to Travis's canine companion. Here we go.
Hi.
I bet he's well more behaved. There we go.
Oh, I know. Oh, your face is blurred. I'm gonna blur your face. What do you think?
Can your technology not pick up a dog? To not...
It doesn't have dog technology. There you go. So there he was. All right. Let's talk more YouTube. So something interesting happened yesterday, and then something even more interesting happened today. Let's talk YouTube news.
All right. So let's talk first of all about
Pew news.
What news?
So
Pew news. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. The checkmark controversy, which I would love to talk to you a little bit about, and then what happened today, which I think is really interesting. What Susan Wojcicki
I don't know this, so yeah, I'm going to learn.
But let's start with yesterday. Let's rewind to yesterday and talk about the verification check. You dropped a video last night about this.
I did.
Which, if you have not seen, go watch it, because I actually learned a couple of really interesting things from that video myself. But go ahead and wrap it for us, so for people who don't know.
So, right now you'll be able to see like a grey tick next to vidIQ if you are on a desktop. As far as I'm aware, current verification icons do not appear on mobile, which YouTube were very keen to point out when everybody was kicking off yesterday. The verification badge, as it's known, is... Oh, I've got a phone call. Can I just...
okay, I'll talk about
take this over.
Yes, I will talk it. Okay. The verification badge you'll see by a lot of YouTube channels, channels that are over 100,000 subscribers, is supposed to verify those channels, thus letting you know that they are, I guess, real channels. But in a lot of ways, creators have used this as a sort of reward. It's kind of a badge of honor. You got over 100,000 subscribers. And that's been cool, and it's been a thing for a long time, including like the Best Companion compilations, which has one right now with a check mark. And you can see in chat, it's kind of highlighted, has a check mark. You can tell that they have over 100,000 subscribers. Now, here's the thing. Yesterday, they announced that they were completely changing the system and removing check marks from just about everyone who had one. Not everyone, but just about everyone. Like even some larger YouTubers with over 1 million subscribers were being told that their check marks were being removed, and you had to reapply for it or actually appeal your removal with a whole bunch of information, which Rob went over in the video. So I want you to watch the video. And it was an amazing shock to the community, because unlike the abbreviated sub counts, which most people knew for months in advance, this just happened yesterday, and they say it's going to take effect at the beginning or in the very early of October. So less than a month away. What are we, like 2 weeks out of here? And then another, just a couple of weeks away. If you go on Twitter, if you have Twitter, you can see all the tweets. If you just do a Google search, it was in the New York Post. I think it was New York Times or something.com did an article about it. A lot of websites did this. No one could understand why. YouTube said that the reason for this was to avoid confusion between like brands and, famous people and that sort of thing. And I will say this, YouTubers did not agree with their rationale. We're very unhappy about this. I know several people that are going to lose their check marks. Very, very frustrated, and very frustrating situation.
We are as well.
So, and that's another thing which completely confused me, because one of the things they said in the article was that this was for companies to also kind of be able to be verified. And guess who's not keeping their check mark, at least for right now?
I hope Creator Insiders loses theirs.
I know.
Because I mean, they haven't got a similar name to anyone else.
And
they're not popular.
Not at all. They have
absolutely no presence outside of YouTube.
Exactly. I think that would be hilarious. But today, really interestingly, Susan Wojcicki, I think is how her last name is. She's the CEO of YouTube. Was quoted as saying that they missed the mark on this. She apologized, and that they will be revisiting, not necessarily revising or not necessarily changing. Well, it made it sound like they may change or add or something. They're going to look at the process. Now, what that actually means, I don't know. Will they still do it? They probably will in some way. I doubt that they'll just not do it. But what I'm hoping for, and what I always thought made sense, is everyone who has a check mark, keep the check mark. Yeah. Except for the people that you want to, that have maybe been causing the problem. And then these other companies, you can do the little underlining thing that, or the highlighting that that Rob showed in the video last night. So make sure you go watch Rob's video. But some information came out today where the CEO realizes the backlash has been amazing. So first of all, we can make change. We can influence change. If you are a creator and YouTube is kind of throwing something out there you're not super happy about, and there's a lot of other people up there voicing their opinions, YouTube does listen. So let's see what happens from here.
Well, here's the interesting thing about that. So Susan Wojcicki is as accepting that there's been a huge backlash, but is that because there's a big backlash from a lot of prominent, high-profile YouTubers? And the reason I ask that is because, well, we had the real-time subscriber counts, which are now broken, and I can't use it properly. Thank you, YouTube, for that. There was probably a monumental seismic shift in the creator space about that, but YouTube haven't done anything about that. They've gone through with their promises. All right, they gave us a lot of lead time with it, but as predicted, not many people like it. So it's all well and good. The CEO identifying that maybe verification badges is an issue, removing them is an issue, even though really that is just one graphic and it makes absolutely no difference to a person's availability on tools and availability and like an algorithmic boost or anything like that. It really is just a graphic, a status symbol.
Yeah. I think I was on a live stream last night and we talked about this like intensely. Right. And there's multiple sides of like from the creator side of why this seems like a bad idea. But you know, you could look at it, and I remember seeing some interviews in some of the websites that covered this from creators who were afraid that this was actually going to impact like sponsored deals and brand deals. Which, you know, YouTube has always said they want, you know, creators to be able to make money on the platform. And it's not something that I think they thought about. I think they really, I bet that never came into their mind. And I hope that they saw that this could actually impact a channel's like bottom line and are at least trying to rethink it. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I agree. It's another one of those things of, I said, how did I phrase this yesterday? Another update that nobody wants from YouTube updates, which has happened, and YouTube are going to continue to do this, and it's up to us as video creators whether we're going to complain about it and stew over something, which at the end of the day probably isn't a huge big deal, except for Travis, as you've said, with certain people who might have their brand deals impacted. And as we will always have to say and accept, is that we are all on rented ground. I mean, people talk about like freedom of speech and like I want to be able to do whatever I want on YouTube. Well, YouTube is not a country. It's not a democracy per se. Right. And we pay absolutely nothing to do Travis and myself have paid absolutely nothing to do what we're doing now. I mean, obviously we spent money on equipment and things, but in order for us to talk to each other in different countries, to talk to all of you in different continents, we are doing all of this for free. And YouTube, because of things that have happened in the past and the growing pains and the controversies and whatever, they continuously got to sort of realign and make sure that the direction they're going in helps them to continue to grow and have 2 billion monthly users and whatever else in terms of the numbers. Well, that got pretty deep there for a Friday night. People are asking, what is this subscriber count? Okay, Travis, I want you to try and come up with a trivia question on the spot. Okay. While I try and fix my problem.
I have to look up the answer, but I love this question. Hold on, let me look it up.
All right.
Okay. All right, I got it. So today I went, and for my tech channel, I'm going to be reviewing the iPhone 11 that just came out today. The reason I'm showing this is because when I was in line to wait for this thing, they had a cool little thing with coffee and little Pop-Tarts sitting there where they would give them to you if you wanted to wait. Okay. Well, you had to wait. They were like, it was kind of a nice thing that Apple did. I love Pop-Tarts. So I was thinking, why don't we do a trivia question about Pop-Tarts? So very simply put, what year were Pop-Tarts invented?
What a question. What a question. What year were Pop-Tarts invented is the question, yeah? Not when they were released, when they were actually invented. I guess there's no difference.
That's right, yeah.
All right, so the answers are coming in here. Somebody thinks it happened in 201 AD during the Roman Empire.
Wait, hold on. No, what's that one say? What year does that say? Well, yes, someone got it. Hold on.
Whoa, that was quick. Okay.
Cox Y-T-Y-I got it. 1964.
Wow, as long as it goes out. I think back in the UK, I don't think they came out until the mid-80s from what I can remember.
No, I mean, like it was much like anything. It started out small.
Yeah.
And then it ended up becoming like a bigger thing. Here, I'll go ahead and ping you.
Yes, thank you. So this is another channel audit we're doing because somebody managed to get the question right on a YouTube experts live stream that Pop-Tarts were invented in 1960, whenever it was. Okay, let me bring up that screen. And let's see if this doesn't break everything again. Okay, let me click on there, click share. All right, Travis, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Oh, everything's working this time. The sub count has not disappeared this time. Awesome. We're at 399,779. So we gained nearly 30 subscribers. We're gaining roughly a subscriber a minute. Folks, we need to up that pace because if we don't, we're going to be here until 9 o'clock this evening.
Yes.
Right. We are
Please.
looking at Talks Y or TYI or like, what's the what is that an abbreviation of some kind?
Well, let's talk about that.
All right.
I don't know. And maybe a lot of people who come to this page don't know. So I would first off start off by saying, what does that mean? Talkative TYI. And make it clear so that when people come, they understand like what that means and what the value proposition is. So if we're sitting here trying to figure it out, that means more people have come to this page and tried to figure it out. So you might want to come up with something a little bit more clear for those people. What did the About page say?
Let's have a look at the About page. It was relatively short. I think they are an upcoming inspirational speaker, motivating others while being a peacemaker in society.
Okay, so that's incredibly generic. So I think it's important to be very specific and intentional with your About page. Tell people exactly in what way you are going to inspire people, motivate people, like what kind of subjects are you going to cover? What type of format is it going to be? Are you interviewing people? Are you just walking around? Is it while you're cooking? Like, what is it? Give me every single thing about this channel so I know what I'm getting into. Your value proposition has to be this. And think about it this way. I think for everyone who's in the chat right now, think about your value proposition this way. People are going to give part of their time, something they will never get back again. They will never get this back. Now, this is why Rob says it's the most valuable commodity. There's nothing more valuable than time because you cannot buy it again.
I rephrase it every time and get it wrong, but it's like time is the most important currency in the world.
It is. You can't get time back. So if they're going to give you something that is priceless, absolutely priceless, you've got to tell them what they're going to get in exchange for that. So, I mean, it could be just as simple as, hey, I'm going to be baking cakes and talking about the world. At least give them the information so they know like what they're doing. And if that's okay with them, that's fine. But give them exactly what they need to know. Let's real quick go to the videos page. Okay, thumbnails are a little bit all over the place. A lot of kind of hand sketched things. I like the
I was drawn to that one as well.
I like that.
Yeah.
There's something to it because it's a Lego, but it's actually talking about ego. That was very creative. So whatever it was that was going through your mind at that time, and you were like, oh, let me just try this. That's the type of creativity that will level your channel up because it's eye-catching. I saw it immediately. Rob saw the same exact thing. We both were drawn to it. That means a lot. So whatever creativity, whatever kind of mindset you were in for that, definitely. And the title's pretty good too. Let go of ego. I like that. Let go of ego. Let go of ego. Like there's so many good things about the way that title is done. The thumbnail. It's just a really well put together thing. Now, the question is, in a minute 44, are you able to get across the information that people are going to, to appreciate? If so, great. But you've got, to me, as far as I'm concerned, you packaged it pretty well. The other ones are they're different. They're kind of quirky, nothing wrong with that. But then there's some that are completely different. And the biggest problem with this is because they're so inconsistent, if I saw this come across my feed, I wouldn't necessarily know that it was yours because there's no branding that kind of ties them all together. So let's say, for example, I subscribe to your channel because I just love what you have to say, but I'm going through my sub feed. And if you don't know, a lot of people are subscribed to like over 100 channels at once. So if they even go into their subscription feed and they just scroll through and they see one of these and it doesn't click with them that it's you, they're not going to watch the video. So you need to have something that ties it together so they know, oh yeah, I remember that channel. That was a great channel. So I'll watch it. Yeah, just one of those things to keep in mind.
Yeah, a lot of excellent points, Travis, and only two things I'm going to add here. When you think about writing your about section or rewriting it, and then just thinking about your channel as a whole, You must answer this question. What's in it, and this is from the viewer's perspective, what's in it for me? Not what's in it for you as a video creator. It's like, what am I going to get out of this? So whenever you're talking in the description, the about section, and also in your videos as well, and possibly in the thumbnails, think about this word, you. Talk to the audience. Especially something as emotive and like inspirational as the motivational videos that you're trying to do. And I would also ask you this, and this may be difficult to answer, but what makes you an authority on being positive or letting go of an ego? And I don't mean that to to put you on a defensive. I think what viewers are looking for when they maybe watch this type of content is somebody who appears to be an authority or a leader or inspirational. And as Travis sort of alluded to here, we don't get that from the thumbnails. We need, I guess, a bit more of you, potentially in the branding and the thumbnails and that type of thing. I think Evan Carmichael's probably a good example of this. He's got like 2 million subscribers now, and he does a lot of content on motivation and whatnot, and also Charisma on Command. That's another one who uses very popular people in their thumbnails to draw them into the content to help spread whatever message that is. So I think those are the two things to really think about there from my perspective. But as always, with a channel with 40 subscribers, you're getting like a healthy number of views for the size of your subscribers, which is good to see. And yeah, I think just consistency as well. As Travis said, I'm just going to quickly hover over 3 thumbnails. That one, that one, that one. If I was to throw them in with a bunch more inspirational, motivational thumbnails, would I be able to pick out your thumbnails from there and tell that they were from the same channel? The answer is no, because they're completely different. And yeah, I would say another thing is, and we've talked about this a lot in channel audits, is look at how much text there is on all of these, apart from the ego one, which is why we're drawn to that one. Right. I mean, you look at some channels where there is absolutely no text and the thumbnails are so much more powerful. I almost think that this one here, you could strip away every single bit of text there, maybe replace it with one word, and that would be far more effective. I think if you took that there, I can, and put it there and replace everything else, 100%. That would be more effective in terms of your thumbnail game. So yeah, that's another 400,000 subscriber celebration channel audit for you. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try something a bit risque here, Travis, but I'm going to bring in a special guest. So even you don't know about this, but I'm going to try and bring them in if I can stop
Hopefully
sharing.
It's PewDiePie. Get us the last
it'd be so good if it was PewDiePie. PewDiePie, right. So we've got so much for him to thank for getting us to 400,000 subscribers. I've got to be honest. Him, Mr. Beast, and T-Series with the number of subscribers we've got from those videos. But anyway, I'm going to get that. I'm going to send this to a secret page, and hopefully this person is still on, and they may join us for a little bit of chat here. So I've sent a link to this chap. They may appear, and we can make this a 3-way chit-chat as we slowly move to 400,000 subscribers. We're now on 399,783. So where did we start? I'm trying to remember. Was it 700 or 750? I think it was 750. So we've got about 35 subscribers. I was estimating earlier on in the day, and I think we're probably going to hit the subscriber count if all goes as planned, is maybe 9-10 o'clock tonight, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, something along those lines. We get around about 400 to 500 subscribers a day, and it does fluctuate as always with most channels. And every single time we've hit a milestone so far, 100, 200, 300, now probably 400, it's all been done after midnight. After midnight, before 9 o'clock. It's like our channel is a gremlin of YouTube where it only grows at night and turns into something completely different and quite sinister and nasty after midnight. All right, so the person, I've sent you the link. You know who you are because I think I mentioned you. So do join us if you can. But yeah, in the meantime, let's just go in.
Rob, he's in
there. Hello. Have we got? Why do I never see the person who's joined? Hello, guest. Can you hear us? Hey, there he is. Hello. Yes, hello. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Super User from Super User Tech Mods.
Hello there.
Hey
now,
now.
Super User Tech Mods is one of our amazing moderators here who's been moderating on vidIQ for, it must be months now. So it's a person who makes sure that all of the conversation is very constructive and positive. And I'm trying to get you guys and girls more involved in the live streams every week, because we go live whenever we want, and then there's always a moderator there who's here to contribute and help. And you've been one of our, I think, longest serving ones. I mean, how long have you been moderating now? Can you remember for vidIQ?
A while, but I was always in the stream.
Yeah.
From way back. So, and you've done a few channel audits on my channel, and really appreciate that too.
Yeah, we have. I think we're going to have to look at your channel in a few moments, because I think yours is a really interesting one for a particular reason, and you know why that is. I guess the one question I would ask you is, why the hell do you do this?
I love my tech, and I always like the latest gadgets, like Travis, like yourself. I always like to do it, and it was just a thing from back in the day. I used to do lots of jailbreaking, and just went over to Android, and then the NVIDIA Shield just seems to take off, and so I find myself doing videos on that most of the time now. So it's quite good.
And the next question is, why the hell do you moderate on our live streams? What's in it for you?
I enjoy. It's like a family here, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
we all get on well, and I really enjoy it. I like to join in the chat and join in the fun, and there's some good mods in here as well, and some good people. You know, it's definitely worth doing.
Well, we always appreciate you and everybody else who moderates for our stuff every single week. It really is appreciated. I hope you don't mind me saying here, but you were actually. Am I right to say that your appearance here on this live stream is sponsored by Ferrari? Is that correct?
Well, I suppose so. I'm waiting to go to a Ferrari day tomorrow, and I've got my boys with me, and they're going to be taking around Silverstone in Ferraris tomorrow. So
Wow.
it's going to be pretty good for them.
And have they put you up in the hotel for the night?
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Ferrari, so, yeah,
this has nothing to do with like your YouTuber, like a collaboration sponsor type thing, or is it something?
I wish. I have told them. Them.
And are you going to film any footage from maybe like a vlog?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I've got all my stuff with me. I'm going to try. Obviously, it's nothing to do with tech in that way, but I'm going to do some videos on it. So definitely.
I was going to say, if a Ferrari does have a USB port, you maybe want to try and plug the NVIDIA Shield into it and see if that'll work. Let's give everyone a bit of context then. So I'm going to get to your channel now, and let's do an audit. Why not, hey?
I've been trying to change the artwork up, and I've been trying to change the thumbnails to the best I can, but.
All right, I'm going to press some buttons here and get to share my screen.
What's up, guys? I'm Super User from Super User Tech Mods. Welcome back to the channel.
Okay, right. So, can everyone see my screen, Travis?
Yes, I can.
Okay, right. So, this is Super User Tech Mods, and this channel is 6,500 subscribers. I remember when I think we must have first audited your channel when it maybe had 1,000 subscribers, or like
I think under
1,000, and that's maybe about a year ago. So just quickly introduce your channel and tell us, I guess, what your superpower is as the Super User Tech Mod.
Well, it's obviously NVIDIA Shield now. Started off with routing phones and bits, and then obviously the NVIDIA Shield took off. I started to get a lot of followers from it, and that's the sort of focus of my channel now, is the NVIDIA Shield, how to modify the system, and just general tips on how to use the NVIDIA Shield. And obviously there's a new one coming out soon, so that's going to give us a bit more to talk about, I think.
All right, so can you just tell me a little bit about why you decided to pivot onto the NVIDIA Shield? And just to give a context for people who are not into tech, you've probably heard of a Chromecast. NVIDIA Shield is like the beefed up Hulk version of the Chromecast, allowing you to play games and like send stuff to the television to watch Netflix and so on. But as you said, you did a lot of tech stuff, but you were almost pushed by YouTube to do a lot of NVIDIA Shield stuff. So maybe just explain that a little bit. And then Travis, if you want to start looking at the thumbnail, the titles, that type of thing, because as you can hear, I need to check that the dog isn't going to do another pile of mess on my floor. So I'll be back in a few minutes.
Well, yeah, I mean, I I started with the NVIDIA Shield, and I was doing modification videos on how to root them, and there wasn't many people doing that. And it seemed that my first root video, I think, was 2017 on the NVIDIA Shield, and it went to about 25,000 views. And obviously, YouTube must have picked that up, and I noticed every time I made an NVIDIA Shield video, they seemed to do a lot better than any other videos I was doing. So I think that definitely pushed me in a direction of carrying on making them, and I enjoy the NVIDIA Shield, and I have lots and lots of questions all the time. So it's just growing on that really. And if I try to make a video on anything else, it never seems to do very well. So you can see there with the Note 10, I haven't really made any more videos on the Note 10 because the NVIDIA Shield just takes over. So
Yeah.
that's
And you were
definitely that.
saying a new one's coming out. Is that true?
Yeah, I think we're looking at December or possibly January before the new one comes. But I'm hoping we'll see it before Christmas so everybody can enjoy it over the Christmas period. But we'll have to wait and
Yeah.
see.
Are you doing kind of what your thoughts would be for the perfect version, like what the rumors are? Are you doing any of that on your channel?
Yeah, I done a rumor video a couple of months back now, and it actually done quite well. So
Hmm.
I think I was the first person that I saw on YouTube to make that video, and it did seem to start. I made a couple. The second one wasn't as good, but yeah, I think people are definitely interested in the new one coming up. I get questions all the time. When's it coming? When's it coming?
Hmm.
Obviously, there are only rumors. You know that yourself. So
Yep. And but sometimes it's nice to be able to, well, it's one of the cheapest kind of tech videos you can do
yeah,
because you literally don't have to buy anything.
too right.
And B, a lot of people come to YouTube to hear people's opinion, especially if they're experts in their field. I
Yeah,
know that you totally um, uh, know this product better than a lot of people on YouTube. So they're going to come to you
yeah,
for information, and maybe
yeah.
you only know a little bit more than anyone else, but that little bit more is a lot more than anyone else. So yeah, for sure, continue to talk about what you hear, and it's always a good thing, and again, an inexpensive way to get ready for the new thing, because as you've become the kind of go-to channel for the original version of the Shield, then when the 2 comes out, it's going to put you way ahead of a lot of other tech tubers, as
Yeah,
they call
yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah,
Something that. Sorry, go ahead.
sorry, Rob.
No, go
Sorry,
ahead.
Rob. Sorry. Yeah, I think the new one. There's got to be a lot more improvements. There was never enough storage on this version, and a lot of people want to play their games and things. And 16 gig for the basic model is just not enough. And
them.
everybody keeps saying to me, "Are they going to put a bigger hard drive in?" And I hope they do this time. I hope they do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely.
So as we scroll through the videos here, you can see that predominantly you're doing NVIDIA Shield stuff, and when you do whether it's your subscribers who are picking up on this content or YouTube just understands that when you push out NVIDIA Shield stuff, you get a lot more views, like 9,000 here, 2,000, 4,000. They're all sort of well in the strong thousands. And then when you do experiment with something, you go a little bit off base. Sometimes the views drop a little bit, but that's fine, because what you're also wanting to do is not pigeonhole yourself just on NVIDIA Shield. So when we often say find your niche, but don't be afraid to have a few branches that are trying to reach out to other areas. You're still, it's almost like you found your home on YouTube, but you're also just trying to find a potential further home as well, like something else that you can maybe do. And like, because obviously you probably had an NVIDIA Shield video that popped. But what happens if you have a video that pops later on, maybe on Google Stadia when that comes out? And so it's always a good idea to have irons in the fire or your eggs in other baskets for certain things as well. How are you finding the NVIDIA Shield market right now? Is it strong, or is it starting to fade a bit? Yeah.
No, still good. Still good. It's a phone. Yeah, still really good. And we've got a little community going, and I've done a collaboration not long ago with another
Brilliant.
channel that's doing NVIDIA Shield, and that's actually made him grow quite well. I think he's in the chat now. What time? If you
Yeah.
have a look down, he was in the chat a little while ago, and yeah, he's starting to grow quite well. So we've got a nice little group of people that follow the NVIDIA Shield, and it's definitely growing. It's a good box, and I just like to tinker with it. I like to I like to do things. I mean, I've broke a few. I'll be honest. I broke a few messing around with them, but you know, that's just what I like to do. So.
And a question I would pose to you is, you're doing the NVIDIA Shield.
Yeah.
Do you want to do NVIDIA Shield for the rest of your YouTube life?
No.
And how do you, because often people say, like, we'll say, your videos are doing really well on this topic, why don't you do more of that? And the answer will be, because I don't want to be known as that guy or that girl or the person who knows all about this. I want to do all of this other stuff that I'm really excited about. So how do you sort of balance those two questions, like your creative nourishment versus YouTube wants you to do this?
Well, I have, if you look, I've done quite a few on the OnePlus 7 Pro, routing and modifying that. And I've actually started to get a bit of a following with that now. So unfortunately, I've just sold that, like Travis. I've gone over to the Note 10 and I've just sold that. But when the 7T comes out, I'm definitely going to get that phone. I love the OnePlus 7 Pro.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But yeah, really good phone, really good phone. But you know, when you've got a tech channel, you always want the latest device. So you end up getting that. I must say, I love the phone. I love the Note 10, but I still prefer the OnePlus 7 Pro. I do as well.
I do as well.
I missed that phone, to be honest with you, but never mind.
I might go back to it. So
yeah, I don't blame you.
Okay, first rule of tech video creators, because we're all tech creators of some kind, is don't sell the stuff that's doing well on your channel. Make some more videos on it. And just to weigh in with my preference, I loved the OnePlus X. I think that was the last best small phone of its kind, and I think if the iPhone went in a different direction with its design, it might have ended up looking like a OnePlus X. And I want like an updated, souped up version of a OnePlus X, like same size, so 5 inches, but like completely bezel-less. That's what I would like. But phones are just getting bigger and bigger these days.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Note 10's a little bit too big.
I was thinking of getting one, and then I realised I've got it in my hand. I thought, I'm going to need 3 arms to use this. It's just not going to help. Folks, you've joined the vidIQ tech chat right now, so if you are interested, please do stay. I can see we're losing viewers by the second here as we talk more about chat. Anyway, let me just refresh the score now and see if we got up any more on the sub count. Let's see, we're now at 794. Whoa, we got a bit of a surge there, like an extra 10 subscribers. Thank you very much. Yeah, it must have been all those people I told, if you hate this live stream, then subscribe. We've gone into tech chat. They hate it even more. They're trying to subscribe to stop this live stream. By the way, dog update, by the way, it did do a little its business outside, which is brilliant.
Awesome.
I had to just break off because I got a phone call. That was my girlfriend telling me that she was looking at the dog through the webcam and it was eating some kitchen towel roll. So I had to sort that out as well. So tech everywhere. It's absolutely amazing, isn't it? Right. What I was going to do, I was going to see if we've actually got any questions in, because we've got the question list in the live stream Q&A, but I don't know if anyone's asked. Okay. Oh, we do have 2 questions. Okay, brilliant. So I'm sharing my screen as well, so we might as well look at them together. You might be able to answer this first one, Super User Tech Mods. I don't know why I'm calling you by your channel name rather than your actual name, but that's what we're going to go with. We've already audited your channel. You were in Colorado. What's the best way to network and collaborate with similar channels? So you say you've just done a collaboration with somebody who may still be in the live stream. What is the best way? How did you go about doing that?
Well, I think he commented on a couple of my videos, and I think I saw him in the chat in here actually, and noticed he had an NVIDIA Shield. When I looked on his channel and saw that, and I just reached out to him and said, I mean, he was a lot smaller channel than me, and I reached out to him and said, would you like to do a video together? And it was a while back, and we said we would, and then we found out we actually used to live near each other, and all sorts of things like that. So we sort of like started chatting on Facebook, and then we decided we was going to do that video. But I think you've definitely got to do videos with obviously a similar creator to yourself. I mean, if you're going to reach out to a big YouTuber, sometimes they're probably not going to do it with you, are they? Because they might not think that you've got anything to offer them. But I definitely think, if you put yourself forward to the right people and don't go like badgering people, just show them what sort of content you've got and how you could benefit each other, and that's what we did. And I agreed to do the collaboration with the other channel, and it worked well for him and for me. So definitely, it's definitely worth doing.
Just out of interest, how large was the channel?
I think he had about 800 subscribers. Now I think he's up to about 1,500 after a few weeks. So definitely made a difference for him. So and he's a nice guy. So it worked out well.
So I think that's a great attitude to have, in that you're willing to collaborate more for the benefit of the collaborator rather than you. That somebody's so who sort of made the approach? Was it you wanted to collaborate with him or her?
I think I did. I think I asked him if he wanted to do it. Yeah.
So I think that's a brilliant attitude to have, to offer this opportunity to smaller channels. And I think you're absolutely right in saying that if you want to collaborate with a larger channel, you can't just do it almost like cold turkey, almost like cold calling them. You have to offer them something of value first. Now, whether that's translating half of their videos into another language, or doing some funky artwork for them, or composing a piece of music, it's almost like you've got to come out of the blue with something amazing that's going to make them go wow, and then you get their attention. So or as you say, being part of a community, seeing the comments, just like you, we probably saw all your comments on all of the videos, saw you in the live stream chat, and we pressed that button and made you a moderator. So it's all about getting into the community and being involved. I guess the equivalent would be sub for sub, versus being something of real value to another channel. Travis, you collaborate? Well, you sort of like collaborate, but you also have like a family of tech creators, and you're all working together. So it's almost like a little club you have there.
I've collaborated with channels from 20 subscribers all the way up to 2.5 million and everything in between. I've been able to, it's not like it's there's no trick to it, right? It's being thoughtful of someone else's time. Sometimes I'm the bigger creator, sometimes I'm the smaller creator from subscriptions, but always I try to give value. And I think when I approach a much larger creator, I approach it in a couple of ways. And I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised at how successful I've been. I've never been told no by a larger creator. And I've actually said no to a couple of larger creators, which is really weird.
Whoa! Was that Savage who was doing that?
He's like, no, you're not big enough. No, it's but I think I'm always thinking about the viewers. I'm never really thinking about me, how it's going to impact me. So when I figure out something that I want to do with a specific creator, when I reach out to them, I'm already a part of their community in some way, whether it be on YouTube or in their comment section or something. I'm part of their community. I think that's really big. I go to them with an actual plan. And this is one of the kind of things that's such an annoying thing for me when someone comes to me asking for a collab, because I actually I go into every request as if I'm going to say yes. I don't look for a reason to say no, but if the reasons to say no present themselves, I'm busy as well. So I try to give the creator that I want to collab with every reason to say yes and none to say no. And that means as much as like, it's only going to take a couple minutes. I don't need you to set up this. I don't need you to do this. I don't need you to do anything. I'll edit it. I'll do everything. Just I need a couple minutes of your time. I'll tell them exactly what I need. It should only take this amount of time. And generally speaking, it's been successful. So I've even had some creators offer more than what I asked for, because I asked for very little. I want to make it as easy for them as possible. The easier you make it, the more likely you are for success, especially if you have a channel that people can look at and realize that you're taking it seriously. It's not quite as difficult as you might think.
And we were delighted and honoured when Travis recognised that vidIQ, he wasn't too big for vidIQ, and he did collaborate with us. And that was a collaboration on how to earn almost like $200 simply through doing sound effects and building like a really close-knit community and earning that money.
By the way, I don't know if you saw this, but I got tweeted about a week later from someone who had watched that video and took those tips and immediately made $200 on their
next I remember that, and his channel was even smaller than yours. So
yeah.
So that sounds really insulting, doesn't it? His channel was even smaller than yours.
I don't have 400,000. Excuse me.
399,796 actually.
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, I mean. Yeah, I think we've earned so far $0.00 from this live stream. So thanks for all the super chats there. We've actually got some more questions in. Wow, we got no, that can't be right. No, I'm looking at the wrong one. We've got some more questions in. This one comes from Juata, I think is the name. Apologies if I've pronounced it wrong. Where are you getting your sub count from? Well, I'm glad you asked. I can give you the answer. I told you at the top of the show, but I will tell you again. So this thing up here is the real-time stats bar that is from vidIQ. Free to download. This is one of the free tools, and it basically just gives an outline of your channel, a snapshot on any YouTube page, whether it's Super User Tech Mods channel page, on the YouTube homepage, a watch page. It will just automatically give you this information, and that's what I'm using at the moment. All I'm doing is simply refreshing that screen every 5 minutes to get the count for us. So yeah, download vidIQ. There is a link in the video description for that. Next question comes from, let me see. This comes from Tall Necked from Ontario, Canada. It's a big place. Whereabouts in Ontario? Will there be a vidIQ mobile app? All right, here we go, folks. I'm going to see if this works. I'm going to give you a teaser here. This is going to be exclusive live stream moments here. If all things are set up. Come on. Need some Jeopardy music here while the app loads up. Okay, let me try that again.
New phone.
Yeah, it looks like it doesn't want to work for me at the moment. Okay. That's why the mobile app hasn't been released yet, because we've got a few tweaks to make it work. For some reason, let me try again.
Oh wait, mine's good. I can't show mine.
Boom.
All right, okay, Travis. There we go. Thank you very much. All right, so this is a really blurry. So this is a really blurry look of our app.
Yeah, it's censored. You're not supposed to see it.
It is censored. Yeah. So we have an app, and it's essentially ready. We are just getting authorization from the app companies to make sure that we can put it on iOS and Android, and it will be out very, very soon. We're very excited to announce it when it comes out. But yeah, stay tuned. We're probably looking at weeks at this point. And it is almost like a condensed version of the full meal that you get on the desktop. We have a look at competitors, keyword research, video analytics, comment replies, like quick comment replies as well. It's all there, ready to go. As soon as we get the thumbs up, you will definitely know, because I will be the one making the videos on it. Thank you for the question there, Tall Necked. Let's have a look at another one. So it's Crudia Porn 23, the channel I tried to pronounce in Scottish before. How did your channel get so popular? I think this question must be directed to Travis. So yeah, Travis, how did your channel get so popular?
I have no idea. It's all because of Rob. It's all this channel. Yeah, exactly. Rob has all the special effects and all the things. It's so funny. I literally watched last night's video that Rob put up. And I want to highly recommend you watch it. Really interesting stuff about the check mark. And then literally as soon as I was done, I stopped, and there's no way I could do a video like that. It's so good. And every time there you go, ding.
I didn't mean to do that. That was completely by accident.
That was awesome. I was like, I could never do a video like that. So no, Rob does an amazing.
But here's the thing, right? That video took about 6 hours to make. Travis can do something in 12. He can do like a 12-minute video in 2 hours on a mobile device, and I'm like, I would never be able to do that. So every video creator has these like different skill sets to do things. How did we get so popular? I think the general answer is we make videos that people generally want to watch. And if you do that, you persevere, and for a while it may feel like you're headbutting a wall and not getting any results, but you're building up maybe, I'm going to call this delayed karma, that you're doing all of the right things, and at some point, if you create content that people want to watch, YouTube is going to recognize that and say, boom. And usually for a lot of channels, it's like I'm getting 300 views, 400 views, 200 views, and then one video gets 17,000 views. And it's what you do at that point, because that's when you can really start to hone the direction of your channel, or you can almost ignore that success and carry on doing the things that aren't working. So it's always key to keep an eye on those analytics and the things that are telling you, the analytics numbers, and what YouTube is telling you you're doing right. And then you've got to take that information and not think of how you can exploit the algorithm, but appeal to that audience again. I know there's like a very fine line distinguishing the audience and the algorithm there, but I'm learning that more and more as I make more content. Is that, yes, I'm always thinking about how YouTube is a piece of, because sometimes you think of things like video games. Like when you're into tech, you sort of think, how is a computer or how is a program going to operate or judge what I'm doing here? But at the same time, I think YouTube is so sophisticated now that it does seem to act like a human being as a viewer, almost. I mean, yes, there are still all of these false positive and really weird things that occasionally go on, and I know Travis has been moaning for several months now that for whatever reason he thinks his channel's broken, but he's done a lot of iPhone videos that have really popped this week, so it's like, oh yeah, I knew that was going to happen. You just got to put in the hard work and then you get the rewards. And Travis has been silent here because he's probably thinking internally, no, my channel's still broken, something's not right. But yeah, it's a beast, but I think, first of all, I always say this as well, you've got to enjoy making videos and that creative process. And then you can enjoy YouTube second when it starts to reward you. If you start YouTube wanting YouTube to reward you, it's going to be harder because you are entitled to nothing. YouTube owes you nothing. Your audience owes you nothing. To begin with, you owe everything to your audience. And you do it for free, and we all do it for free to begin with. There's people who've been on YouTube for decades now who have probably earned less than $100, but they've probably impacted somebody's life in such an amazing way, and they don't even realize it, that's the true value of YouTube.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Let's do another, because I know people are asking in chat. We'll do one more of the trivias.
All right, okay. Shall we hand this over to Super User Tech Mods who can give you the trivia, which nobody will be able to get the answer for?
I mean, I know the question. I'll ask the question. And then we can all look at the channel together. Let's give everyone an opportunity in the chat to tell us if they're hyped up for this or not. If you hyped up for this, give me some thumbs up or something in the chat to get excited about it. Oh, Generic Waffle is in the house. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Generic, the best username on YouTube bar none. Welcome there.
By the way, we like Generic Waffle, but we don't like generic waffles.
And here's the thing. I don't think we've ever audited Generic Waffle's channel.
Oh, well, then let's do that among this other...
As far as I'm aware, I don't think we've ever...
I don't think we have. So let's do that as a bonus, but then we'll do the trivia as well. So I got a couple thumbs up coming in hot. Okay. So after this one, we'll do Generic Waffle, if Generic Waffle even has a page. But we'll see.
I think he does. Is it a barcode? Is his current channel avatar? I was just doing a quick search, or have I found somebody completely random?
Well, I'm just going to click on the chat.
Oh yes, it's I have found his channel. So
okay,
yeah, we can audit this. But
cool.
we'll do the trivia first.
All right, trivia first. This one's super simple if you are a vidIQ fan. So here we go. I'm checking the live chat. First person to get it right will get themselves a channel audit. So please, if you have a channel, that's great. Please participate. If you don't have a channel, just let the people who have channels participate. And here we go. Who is the founder and CEO of vidIQ? Full name, please. Full name.
Oh, I wonder if anybody's actually going to know the answer to that. That is a...
Oh, they paid attention. You've said it in live streams. I think there's even like a little video that kind of teases
I believe I know.
Yeah, but wait. Full name.
Full name. Yeah. Rob is not sufficient.
That's not sufficient. Ah, James Cross.
Oh, that's somebody there with a bit of knowledge.
That's an inside one right there. Oh, Magdalena.
There we go. Now you see, the interesting thing is that actually they are co-founders.
Oh.
So they are both technically correct. So Magdalena Helen, you are correct with Robert Sandy. Yeah, there are 2 Robs at vidIQ. So I will always say, if you've got something nice to say about the company, I am the CEO. If you've got something to complain about the company, Rob Sandy is the man to speak to. So I think we need to audit both of these channels. And actually, Magdalena Helena. Okay, so we're going to try something else here. So bear with me 1 second. Let's see if I can bring this person in to the chat, because Magdalena Helena, why do I always say Helena? Magdalena Helen is also one of our wonderful moderators, and we're going to try and bring her in on the chat as well. Wow, Dude Prefect has just subscribed. I thought Dude Perfect has subscribed.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that'd be exciting. Just haven't put on the community tab. We win.
So yeah, hopefully, Helen, you can pick up a link and join us, and we can talk directly about your channel. And we've got 4 channels lined up here. So let's see if we can bring them in. I'm just going to do another quick dog check because he's gone very silent, which makes me a little nervous. So yeah, I'll be back in just a jiffy. Yeah, probably.
Rob is checking on the dogs, ladies and gentlemen. That's what happens when you don't have a completely put together live stream. We're just doing it, trying to get to 400,000 subscribers. As you well know, once a channel gets to 400,000 subscribers, YouTube buys them a house. So we're trying to get a YouTube house for 400,000 subscribers. Thank you very much for that. That may or may not have been true.
Oh, we're one shot now, 799. Wow.
Hey, now, can we get people to go on their YouTubes and their Facebooks and their MySpaces and share out this live stream?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. We
and
really
let's get
appreciate
some
that.
subscribers in here. Come on, please. Thank you.
Because at the rate we're going, we've been on for an hour and a half now, and we've got 50 subscribers. So, I mean, Travis, I know you were saying before we did the live stream, we were thinking, when we actually live stream, it'll probably speed up the process a little bit, and we'll maybe get a few more subscribers. Not happened at all. We're just going at a regular pace. Everybody, obviously, on the live stream has already subscribed to vidIQ, which we really appreciate. I mean, folks, if you want to really make us nervous, you can all unsubscribe for 10 minutes and then resubscribe.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yeah, that's probably manipulating metrics in a way we do not want to happen. Anyway, I'm just going to try and find, because 2 people got this right. So I need to find the other person. Okay, Star Viper was the other person who got the answer right in terms of the founders of vidIQ. So I want to make sure we're going to audit their channel as well. So I've got them loaded up. Okay, I am still waiting on this person to join. So it's Magdalena Helen. If you can join, I've sent you a link where we were chatting. So if you can join us, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, I think she's definitely going to try.
But in the meantime, we will audit this other channel first. And by the way, Super User Tech Mods, if you need to go, if you're bored, whatever, by all means, you're under no obligation to stay, but just let us know so we can give you a big send-off. And thank you very much for spending time here. I think Helena might have just joined. Helen, sorry. I'm calling one person by their channel name and the other person a completely different name. So, Helen, are you there? No?
Magda, I can't hear her yet. Maybe she's still getting her.
I'm here.
There she is. Hey.
There you are. Hello.
Maddie, how you doing?
How are you doing? Do you have a camera, or is this just audio only? And are we on some sort of weird news type thing where you're on a 10-second delay? Oh, there we go. Hey, there we go. Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
I love your wallpaper. I love your wallpaper.
Yeah,
is that a green screen?
Yeah, this is what I usually hide with the green screen, actually.
Now, hang on. That accent sounds northern. Where are you from?
Leeds.
Oh, there we go. It's a small world. I'm from Huddersfield.
Yeah, small world.
Well, do you still live in Yorkshire then?
Yeah, still there now.
That explains the wallpaper. Right, so sorry, I'm joking. All right,
this is a really old house, old decorations as well.
So we're going to get really local here. So I'm from Brighouse, Rastrick. Where are you from?
Bradford.
Just Bradford, okay. Right, welcome to the live stream. As I said, with Super User Tech Mods, thank you very much for moderating every single week. We really do appreciate it. You are like the superheroes that never get any appreciation. And we're hoping very soon to try and make all of this moderating stuff a little more, I'm not going to say formal, but try and give a bit more back to all of you. So yeah, hopefully that's going to get a bit more structured. But first, introduce yourself and maybe talk a little bit about your channel. And then, yeah, let's give it an audits.
Introduce myself. Okay, so yes, I'm Magda. I have a YouTube channel on. Currently I'm playing the violin on it. It's doing pop covers, I guess, on the violin. But also, I'd like to, expand it and do other things than just playing the violin. And maybe I also do live streams as well, just chatting to people. So yeah.
And so you've been on YouTube for what, about 6 months at this point?
Yeah, I think about 5 months. I think I started in April.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
If you were going to describe your like journey so far on YouTube, how would you describe it? And like, what surprised you about it? And maybe what's been the hardest thing so far about it? As a channel that's still growing, you're still finding yourself on YouTube because you say you're going to do these things, but you want to pivot onto things in the future. You're still finding your way in the YouTube world, so to speak.
Sorry, what was the question?
The question was, just describe how the YouTube journey has been in the first 6 months.
I don't know. It's very difficult at first to just like even get some views. So definitely, like when you first start off, it's so hard to get like, and as well because I didn't even have family subscribing to me at first. I just kept it all quite private, no friends and family. So then if you start that way, you're not really going to get too many views at first. But then as well, I found I found vidIQ very soon after, like about a week after I'd made my channel. So like that massively helped. And made things easy because then I started to understand things better than that I had. There was a more of a logical way to YouTube than just like uploading and leaving it. There was the SEO stuff to be doing all that. So I guess as you grow, it kind of gets a little bit easier and a little bit better. But then sometimes you have days where you kind of doubt everything. So yeah, it's an up and down, constant journey, really.
I think we can all share in that feeling of you feel as if you've worked something out on YouTube, and then the week after it's like, oh, that happened, or I thought this video was going to do really well and it didn't do very, very well. And there's as many setbacks as there are steps forward sometimes on YouTube. And you're certainly one of those who's in like that hustle stage right now where you're just thinking of what's the next piece of content going to be and whether that's going to be successful. So with that being said, let's share your screen and take a look at it. Can everyone see my screen now on the chat? Yeah. Okay, so here we are. Magdalena Helen, grand music covers and originals every 2 weeks. So yeah, maybe just describe again, Helen, what the philosophy behind your channel is.
I'm currently playing music, so like pop music on the violin, like doing covers of pop music.
Now, did you take any inspiration from other channels, or did you think I play the violin and I don't know anybody else who's doing this type of content on YouTube, so I'm almost going to try and create my own niche area of interest?
Oh no, yeah, I did take inspiration from channels. There's quite a few channels that do this actually, and a lot that do it well. I think Lindsay Sterling's a famous example, a well-known example. Like she's made it on YouTube, being a violinist playing pop music, and now she does her own stuff. But then there's loads of others as well that are quite growing and quite big. Yeah.
So a bit of a challenging question then would be what makes you different? Why should a viewer check out your stuff versus maybe the leader in the YouTube space?
I don't know. I guess I try and do something different with my covers. So some people just play like a pop song as you hear it, but I like to try and add something a bit different, like melody wise or harmony sometimes, or and then as well, I add my original stuff, and I like to shake it up with different things as well. And I'd like to do other things and just stick to violin. Yeah. So, but obviously I've not done that yet.
All right then, Travis, what are we thinking here of a channel?
Yeah, Maddie and I have talked multiple times about her channel. She's fantastic at taking feedback and then implementing it, and she's done a really great job. I really love the Nightmare thumbnail. I think it's always been really cool. And what she's doing is taking popular trending songs and then doing a violin cover of it, which I think is really smart. It's a smart strategy because when people are searching for the trending song of the time, it's possible that her song could get recommended to them, especially if they've watched it a couple times. And then the interesting thing is people like remixes or different versions of songs that they like. So the hope is that at some point it just kind of catches on, and then one of the videos will pop up. So I really like that. I love some of the thumbnails are really great. She knows because she's in our chat all the time. Big faces, big pictures. If you're going to have text, make it really big and easy to read. And she's just really good at this. She understands it. She's here all the time. It's pretty much most of the things we talk about. Make sure that anything you put in a thumbnail is maybe an action. Like you can see in this last one, the lights, a violin cover. She's mid kind of, I don't know if that's called what that's called when you actually go across it, but she's mid-action. The background's really pretty. It's eye-catching, so it'll stop you from scrolling. And if you know that song from BTS, then you might give it a click and say, oh, that's interesting, let me give that a shot. And as you can see from view to subscriber ratio, she's over 1-to-1 on most of this stuff, which is amazing. The last one's a live stream, so you don't really count those because they don't get promoted in the same way, but everything else is over 1-to-1, which is really very difficult to do. So I would definitely say that if nothing else, just continue on. I think the weakest thing that's on this, she knows this, is that she just hasn't had a lot of time to do more content. I would love to see her do more content.
Yeah, like maybe two videos in the last month. We've got to say goodbye to Super User Tech Mods here. So if you do have any final words of wisdom or anything, thank you very much for joining the live stream. And you have to be up in 5 hours apparently to go drive around in a Ferrari. I, in the meantime, will be looking after a dog pooing on the floor. Those are just the different life choices we've all made. Super User, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
Awesome. We'll see you probably on Tuesday. Make sure you're there on time, because if you're not, you're fired.
I'm always there on time. Thank you.
That's what I've been told. If you're going to lead with an iron fist and ruthless aggression.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Thanks. And we'll see you soon.
Okay,
all right. Yeah. So Magdalene Helen's channel, I would agree with most of what you've said there, Travis. I think we picked out this thumbnail in particular as a really good one because it used the same background as the song it's based on. So it had that immediate association with the original content, which was fantastic. I think trying to follow the cultural trends, like doing something on BTS, is a really good idea as well. And again, just try and tap into that more in the future. Helen, the question is, why are you not able to create content quicker? Is it because of the amount of time it takes to learn a song and record and film it? Or is it just YouTube is very much something that you do as and when you have the time to do it?
Yeah, so basically when I started doing it, I thought this is actually one of the things I thought it'd be a lot easier to go and make content and do it regularly. But when I actually do these covers, it's quite hard because sometimes the music's not online because the music's just been released. So I have to transcribe it or play it by ear. Then I have to go learn it on the violin, which again, I usually need to practice quite a bit or like a bit. And then recording it's just a whole other issue because I'm using home equipment and it's not done professionally. So I have to do that. And then, tweak wherever I need to do it if I need to. And then I've got to film myself and then edit that. So yeah, it's just a really long process actually. And then as well, I recently started a full-time job. So the past 2 weeks have just been hectic. Like I've been trying to do another video editing at the same time, but life's just been a bit hectic right now, but I'm still trying to keep up with everything.
Well, first of all, congratulations on the job. And I think you're describing what every video creator goes through, but no viewer ever understands. Like, oh, this video looks so easy to make. Why don't we make one a day? Or that video is only 3 minutes long, and you're telling me it took 20 hours to make. And it's all of those things that only video creators understand in terms of the research, preparing the video, filming, getting all the lighting and the variables right. Or in your case, you said you had to learn the song sometimes by ear, which to me sounds impossible.
Right.
I don't know how on earth anybody does that. Then transcribe it for a specific musical instrument. That sounds impossible as well. And then the actual recording of it and editing of it is a task in itself. So I think maybe just those two things there might be interesting videos to do, like almost how to transcribe a piece of music for an instrument. That might be an interesting tutorial, maybe, or how to learn a song by ear. Though, these are we're sort of stepping back. Me, who knows nothing about music, that might be interesting to me. So, those are potential ideas you could have in the future if you have time to do them.
Yeah, I'd like to do that, and especially just do videos where I maybe talk more about like music and things. Because as well, I think it would help with producing more content, and then also, it'd be nice to do some of the things like related to music as well. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking about doing that. Yeah,
Which is
good idea.
Which has been your favorite one of the videos to make so far?
Oh, I don't know. That's a difficult question. It depends, because as I've done it more and more, I've kind of got more into like video editing, like the visuals a bit better and better.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite song to do was actually "Kill This Love Blackpink," which was like one of the first ones I did.
Right.
Yeah.
And how do you enjoy, as like a creative and an artist, how much do you enjoy the music versus the filming? Because I'm wondering if, like, for me, I don't enjoy the filming process because having to make sure all the variables are right with the lighting and the camera and all that type of stuff, and then fluffing my lines all the time, I get really frustrated. But once I've got the material, I love editing it. So I'm just wondering if, like, you really enjoy the music creation process, but you dislike the filming stuff, or am I completely wrong with that?
It's I do definitely love the music part, obviously, and then the video editing's a bit of like love and hate. So if I'm, it just depends how I'm feeling, really. Sometimes it's like really hard to just get everything out, like the green screen and the lighting, and then you've got to film it, and then you look back at the filming and it just looks bad, so you got to do it 10 more times.
Yeah, that's so frustrating. That drives me nuts when you get something, put it on the computer, and it's like, I'm out of focus, or I forgot to turn that light on. Yeah, I can imagine. So frustrating. So where
when you do it right and that. So
where next for your channel then? Do you think are you on a little bit of a hiatus, just getting your life in order, or like have you planning anything for, I don't know, like a big movie release, or like have you got your next song lined up?
I'm currently editing another one, so hopefully I'll be able to do that soon. But I'm currently working on the music, then I'll have to go film the video, and I always think it'll take less time than it does. It'll probably take more weeks, I don't know. But yeah, and then hopefully, I guess as life gets more hectic and I get more into a routine, I can get back into it a bit more.
So from start to finish, on average, how long does it take you to make a video? Because we said Travis usually takes about 2 or 3 hours. Me, it can be 5 to 10 hours. Are we into like weeks for you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really like, this is not fast for me at all.
Sounds like you're on the animator scale of video creators who just it takes them so long to produce any content.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any questions then about your channel since you have us live right now, or are you fairly satisfied with how things are ticking along?
I guess I do have some questions. I guess about analytics, maybe.
Sure. Travis, are you ready to answer these?
Yeah, of course. I love analytics.
So recently my analytics, I guess, suggested videos appeared, and that's never been there before. So I thought, oh, that's interesting. What's all that about?
Yeah, that's actually what I think we talked about a while back, what you've been targeting in trying to relate your videos to other videos. So basically,
definitely.
It's working. So like I was just talking about a minute ago, where we're saying if someone is looking for the BTS Lights original song, and then they're recommended your song maybe at the end or in the side panel or something, and they go, oh, what's this, a violin version? And then they click it. That's where that comes from. And here's an interesting thing a lot of people don't know. As a smaller channel, typically if you're doing it the way the vidIQ kind of helps you along, your number one traffic source usually is search. as you grow, when you're anywhere between like 10,000-ish subscribers to whatever, it could be up to 100,000 or somewhere in there. Typically, your next highest will be browse, somewhere in there, and then when you get really large, suggested tends to be like your number one. And it's just kind of this movement, and every niche is a little bit different. This is kind of a broad stroke kind of answer, but suggested is great because browse is basically your video standing by itself on someone's homepage or in their subscription feed and watching it. And if once the interest in that dies down, the video is pretty much dead. Suggested is great because typically there's 2 or 3 videos, maybe more, depending, that are promoting your video. And even if one of those dies, there might be 2 or 3 that are still hot and they're still sending you content. So it's not just your video standing up by itself in the browse features, which would be like home, subscription, and stuff, but it's these other videos from other creators, typically larger creators, that are sending you views. And as long as their videos do well, yours tends to do well. I have a video right now that normally would be dead, but has been going on for almost a week. And even a week later, it's getting like 400 views an hour, which is crazy because that just doesn't tend to happen. But when you get into a nice little suggested path of a really big video, it can send you views for a very long time.
Yeah, suggested videos is definitely the gold standard of traffic sources for most channels. And it just seems to have been in the last 18 months that service that seems to have shifted from YouTube. Yes. It seems to be a lot more difficult to get suggested. Whether that's because the bigger channels now are just are on their own level, where they're all suggesting their own videos. But if you can start to get suggested videos, that sounds like YouTube is working out what your content is about, and it's serving that content to the right audience. So there's little flickers of positivity going on there with that, Helen. Any other questions? Analytical questions?
Yeah, no other questions. But yeah, that's all great to hear.
All right then. Well, we wish you the best of luck. You're more than welcome to stay on the line if you want to, as we celebrate actually passing 399,800 subscribers. We're now on 808, so we've got 192 to go, which is awesome. Brilliant. I'm going to be here for another 17 hours. I'm definitely not, because I do.
We may have started too early.
Yeah, I do need to do something with the dog very soon, or else he's going to absolutely lose it. But before I do anything with a dog, we're going to now audit Vish Channel, who got the question right about one of the founders of vidIQ, and that is Star Viper. Apologies if you've had to wait a very long time to get your channel audited. And I just want to say hello to Jeremy Vest, who's on conference duty at the moment at CVX, but he's joined in. Welcome, Jeremy. I'll be honest, since Travis has been filling in for you for the last month, you've not been missed. All right then, so Star Viper. You've got 123 subscribers. I'm guessing it's a gaming channel from your channel banner. And when I look at the thumbnails, Borderlands 3, top 5 upcoming October games, top 5 new game trailers, Minecraft 6, 6 things you need to know, Minecraft, Biomutant, upcoming games. All right, gaming channel, lots of different topics. You need to change that. What is going to be your superpower? What is the game that you're really going to focus on and you think you can deliver the best value to your audience? We talk about this so often, and we're probably going to talk about it again in a little bit. You got 120 subscribers. You have a couple of videos that have got more views than subscribers, in particular the Minecraft ones. That's what I'm seeing. All of the Minecraft ones outperform your subscriber count. So that seems to be the least path of resistance, the quickest way to climb the mountain. Do more Minecraft stuff on the stuff you've already been talking about. And it's certainly a good idea to do listicles, the 6 things you might not know. That seems to be something you're tackling a little bit in some of your Minecraft videos, which looks fairly good to me. Those are my thoughts. Travis, I'm going to let you loose with the thumbnail or the fingernail.
The fingernails are dirty. Your fingernails are dirty. You need to clean your fingernails.
Get
Yeah,
right
so a
underneath.
couple-
Get right underneath the nails and give them a good clean.
I think Rob is really right. When you're thinking about games and stuff, they should really be related in some way, because if I'm interested in first-person shooters, it's likely that I'll watch a bunch of videos about that, but I may not watch like a wrestling video game. I might not watch a driving video game. So you just need to think about that. The thumbnails themselves, there's just way too much text on them. They all feel very anxiety-inducing. Like there's just so much going on.
Yeah.
Such a, so I while like the car turning, I think is great. If you took the text off the top, it would be much more interesting. If you really want to get into some like cool photoshopping type things, what you could have done with that is make the car colorful and the rest black and white. There's actually tons of free software that would help you do that. But yeah, get rid of the text on these thumbnails. You're not using it right, and a lot of these wouldn't need it anyway. So for example, the top 5 new game trailers in 2020, like it's directly across someone's face, and I can't even tell what the trailer is. If it was a game that I was interested in, I may not even recognize it. So you definitely want to consider like maybe just not using text. It's just so much.
And if we're going to choose maybe our favorite thumbnail, I'd say this one is probably the best thumbnail. No text and relatively simple and like a bit of a garish color scheme. But when somebody's swiping through on their YouTube feed, that type of thumbnail may stop them scrolling because it is so different and yet it's so simple. Helen, are you a gamer? My first question to you. Helen, are you there?
You there?
Oh yeah, hello. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you? You're not a gamer.
I've gamed sometimes, but no, like I used to game more in the past. Like I don't really have time for it these days.
All right, so if you were gonna put on your not gamer hat, but if you're gonna put on like your YouTube hat and look at this channel, what things might you be thinking work or don't work?
Let's see. I'll have to come closer to see it. So what things do or don't work with this channel? I guess like the thumbnails are quite busy. Like there's no necessary need for the writing in the thumbnails. And like it could just be based on pictures. Like there's no need for the writing in the thumbnails. And I don't know about the titles.
Yeah, so interesting you say that. Survivor's in the chat saying that it's basically a gaming news channel. So what's the banner say, Rob? If you scroll up,
I don't think it says anything.
Yeah, see that if it's going to be kind of covering gaming news, it should be 100% in the banner. We need to know that coming in. It's just got 2 letters. Doesn't tell me anything. The about page says bring me interesting stuff about games. So I think what you need to do is lead like a news organization would. The banner needs to tell me, hey, gaming news every week, latest cool news, latest new games every week. Come here, make sure to subscribe. In the actual the titling for these videos, something like the Borderlands 3 preview is cool, but wouldn't it be more interesting if you say something like you won't believe the third map on Borderlands, or the craziest maps in Borderlands, or something like that, something to give people a reason to click, something that's in the video that's really interesting. You bring that out and make that part of the title. Make it, if it's going to be news oriented, make it something interesting. Look at news channels and things like IGN or something. Look at their channels and see what type of titles they're using and try to mimic those in what you're doing.
And my further argument about it being a new game news channel is, why would I come to your channel as opposed to IGN or GameSpot, the big video game channels that are out there? What news can you give me that I can't get elsewhere? And then I think about, well, if you're going to be a game news channel, maybe you should be a news channel about a particular game on a particular thing, like Minecraft, where you've done like a couple of videos which have been successful. And I know you may not want to do that, but if you don't, then you're probably going to still have this problem of switching from game to game to game, topic to topic to topic, and your audience not really connecting, unless you happen upon some news story that nobody else knows about, or something that you can get before anyone else, and you can release that information exclusively on your channel. That's how you may break out. But I guess you're probably getting your sources from elsewhere. So it's how can you make this information unique and special and give it a different angle? And I think by niching down, that's where you would be successful with that. And I guess just one more question to you, Star Viper, is how did you get James Cross as an answer? I would love to know how you had that, like a little bit of insider information, because if we're actually auditing James Cross's secret gaming channel, which he's never told us about, that's going to be interesting.
Have we just been had?
Maybe we have. Maybe we have. All right, let's move on to Generic Waffle then.
Generic
We're going to audit your channel. Let's get this one done. You eat games. I love that. Do you
That's awesome.
literally eat game cartridges, CDs, whatever's available? That would be interesting to know. New videos every Friday. MDT, is that Mountain Daylight Time? I don't know where MDT is, but let's have a look at the channel. So you doing some ASMR, a bit of Friday nights with Freddy's. Is that what it's called? The game? I can't remember. Friday Night at Freddy's.
Oh, yeah, Friday, yeah.
Yeah, that one. And Welcome to a Friendly Desert Community Minecraft video.
I like the one from a week ago. Autonomous sensory Mediterranean, whatever. like just gave up on ASMR. Just no, it's whatever. I love that. It's great.
Right, so you're in. So let's get some details down on the channel. You're in all of the channel banners, and you have the YouTuber face pretty much nailed down, which is fantastic. In fact, I really like your thumbnails. I think your shocking reaction versus something that's relatively simple in the thumbnails, I think that works for me. Not that much text as well, which also works for me. You're creating content on a regular basis. The problem is you're not really getting that many views, and I guess the answer is that, and we keep going to this well of maybe you're covering too many games and not focusing on one, but that does seem to be the case a little bit. And I know in my own video about how to become a gaming channel, you start with one game, but eventually you pivot onto something else, and you as a personality carry the audience with you. And that's what you seem to be trying to do, which is brilliant to see. But you just haven't got the traction yet for whatever reason. Now, you've been creating videos for a long time here with not that much success. So, I mean, the thumbnails are a really high standard, actually. They've been a high standard for a long time ago.
You know what I would look at, and I really think that this is whenever you're really hammering at something, and like we look at it from the outside and it looks like things are working.
Yeah.
I would say a couple things. Number one, what I don't like is that Generic Waffle has taken what I think is a fun banner and not put it in as the avatar. Like it's completely separate. It's a UPC thing. Like it doesn't tell me enough. And the thing is Generic Waffle is in our chat very often, yet you wouldn't necessarily know Generic Waffle had a channel unless that avatar was a little bit more obvious to be a channel, like an actual channel. It just looks like a little kind of a generic, it's a generic kind of avatar. Whereas if it was something a little bit more spicy, maybe even the kind of the sock puppet or something, people might click on it and go, oh, there's an actual channel behind this. It's not just, someone who's commenting. So first of all, that's the first thing I would do. I would change that. Secondarily, it's a you need to dive into your metrics to figure out, is it click-through rate or is it retention that people are having problems? Are people leaving early, or are they not clicking at all? And then make adjustments on that. Because I think from the outside looking in, I mean, looks like you're doing some good stuff. So I would highly recommend really diving into those metrics.
Yeah. Watch time, I think, is certainly one to look at. Check that people are not dropping off in the first 30 seconds, because that would be a big detriment. And maybe just check the click-through rate. Check if people are really actually clicking on your stuff. Helen, have you got anything to add here? I know it's another gaming channel, but
yeah, actually, I'm subscribed to Generic Waffle. Actually, he's got some good content, and I think he's got some videos that have taken off. Some of them have got like a good few thousand ones. He did like a series on something that's quite well. So you might want to look at his popular videos. Yeah, they might have been a while ago. You might want to look at his popular videos.
So it's, this one here, whatever game this is called. Are you Woki? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, those are all of your best performing videos. Good spot.
Yeah, so I guess the question would then be, is there a way to do more of that? Is there a maybe a twist on that game? Yeah, or is that game kind of over? Are people not interested anymore? It seemed like it worked, so I would always like kind of dig down into that and figure out, because 49 seconds. I'm surprised you got 2,600 views for a 49-second video. That really says a lot.
Yeah,
It doesn't usually, kind of promote those type of videos, but it did. But it looks like speed runs are the ones that are really doing well for you. So maybe do different types of speed runs with the sound turned off, or speed run with, I don't know, blindfolded. Could that be possible? I don't know.
That would be a challenge and a half. That. All right, we're now coming up to 4:00 local time. Travis, am I right in thinking that you had a previous engagement at 4:00?
I do.
All right. I think also I need to take care of my own little puppy, and it is actually a little puppy. I'm not actually, if people are just joining a live stream and thinking that's some sort of euphemism. No, I have an 11-week-old golden retriever that I do need to take care of. So I don't know, Travis, are you going to be available later on this evening? And maybe we can rejoin at some point.
Depends on what time. I'll keep an eye on the chat. If we get down to the last 25 or so, maybe so. Yeah, I might be able to get back on.
Yeah, I think we may restart this live stream, but folks, we've got lives. I'm not going to be honest, and we need to take care of our lives. We can't live stream like Nick Nimmin for 16 hours at a time. I don't know how he does that. Props to you for doing that. But yeah, we've got things to look after. And unfortunately, we didn't get the 250 subscribers we needed in 2 hours. We got 67. So thank you for the 67. That's not bad. We are appreciative there. What I will say, folks, as well, this is a special offer for you as we are on now. The reason I put 400,000 celebration, Travis, by the way, if you need to go, then go, thank you, and I'll speak to you later. 400,000 celebration, that word there, if you put that into vidIQ as a promo code, you will get 40% off 12 months of boost access. That's the little sort of offer that we're doing to celebrate 400,000. So just to repeat that, if you are interested in upgrading to vidIQ Boost, you type in 400K celebration, exactly as is said there in the wording, and you'll get 12 months of boost at 40% off. If you do have any issues putting in that promo code, then make sure to contact at support at vidIQ.com. There's a link in the video description for that to make sure that you can get that. But yeah, it is limited. There's only 40 people who are going to get that offer. So it's 40 people getting 40% off vidIQ Boost for 12 months, and that is for new customers only. So make sure to check that out. Helen, thank you very much for spending time here live on the live stream, and thank you for adding some really useful stuff to that second audit. I didn't even think about going up to most popular, so that really is appreciated. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you, if we haven't scared you off, we'll see you in future live streams for moderating. We do appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. And God's own great country, Yorkshire. We're both from there, and yeah, make sure you check it out if you ever get the opportunity. Go visit Yorkshire. Folks, we're going to say goodbye for now. Yeah, we're going to keep a track on the 400,000 subscriber milestone. And if we get close at a reasonable time tonight and life permits us all to do it, we'll be back on to make sure that we hit that landmark. So for now, as always, it has been wonderful seeing you here on the live stream. Enjoy the rest of your video making day and, of course, weekend. Bye.